Ay, 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 guys. Just, why though? Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to yet another brand new movie review, and as always, I thank you all so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy your stay, because this time around, we're looking at Tom and Jerry. Yeah, this is the fourth film to be released in Warner Brothers' new HBO Max and theater same-day release strategy. Is the fourth time the charm here, though? A legendary rivalry reemerges when Jerry the Mouse moves into New York City's finest hotel on the eve of the wedding of the century, and that forces the desperate event planner to hire Tom the Cat to get rid of him. And as mayhem ensues, the escalating cat and mouse battle soon threatens to destroy her career, the wedding, and possibly the hotel itself. So a lot of you who know me personally are completely aware of this, but I freaking love Tom and Jerry. They're all extremely simple cartoons. They're only 7 minutes long, and they are filled to the absolute brim with the most outlandish cat and mouse chase sequences you'll find. It's just pure slapstick fun, filled with some really humorous mayhem. These cartoons were another religious viewing for me growing up every single morning before school on the Boomerang channel. Anybody remember that one? So long story short, guys, whenever one of these new films starring Tom and Jerry comes out, I always approach it a little squeamish. And oh no, it's not from the sheer brutality of the slapstick. It's not even from the virtual guarantee of Tom cutting himself in half. But it's because the track record of Tom and Jerry films isn't necessarily the strongest. And I think the feature film that came out back in 1992 is the biggest culprit of this. When you watch that film, you know you're in huge trouble when Tom and Jerry actually have spoken dialogue not even 10 minutes in. And if there's at least one thing I'll give this movie at least the slightest amount of credit for, Tom and Jerry don't talk. That's what I'd say. But yeah, this one is really bad, people. I hate to report that, but it's true. And this film suffers for the same reason that the 1992 version does. Except there's no musical numbers like the 1992 one to fluff up the fun factor. There are some chase sequences and some slapstick thrown into this version, but they are few and far between. And that makes this movie honestly rather uninteresting and, I hate to use this word, but boring. Because just like the 1992 film, guys, Tom and Jerry are not the main focus, and they really should be. But no, the main focus of this movie is actually Chloë Grace Moretz's character, who forms this unlikely alliance with the cat and the mouse, which is another trend I'm noticing. Tom and Jerry always tend to team up in their feature films. Before I go any further with this, my problem is not with the actors themselves. I really respect all of their work. Chloë Grace Moretz, Michael Peña, Ken Jeong, all of them. And I'm sure every single one of them was doing all they could given their material, but unfortunately the screenplay was not doing them any favors. Just to give you a quick little example, Chloë Grace Moretz's character is written to be the main hero of the piece. It's crystal clear from the beginning that she's the protagonist, but she's written to be one of the most manipulative and devious villains of all time. She was established as so super intelligent at the beginning, and I was not really pulling for her. Because I don't want to get into spoilers, but the things that she was doing towards the beginning of this film really didn't do her any favors. Because instead of seeing this really clever good guy, I was seeing this ultimate opportunist who was jumping through every possible open window she could. I wanted to root for her, but hell, I was actually rooting for Michael Peña a lot more, even though he's technically the villain. Because oddly enough, I kinda understood where his character was coming from. And not only that, but the script really does not place a lot of trust in its audience. Not only do you get the usual characters over-explaining their feelings and their lifestyles and what have you, but you also get these really weird animated bird characters who kind of act as narrators, and they basically serve no purpose except to recap events that we've already watched. It's almost like, imagine if you're watching Space Jam and halftime of the big game at the climax happens, and the halftime show is basically these weird birds coming in and recapping everything you saw in the first half, even though you saw all those events happen on screen. That's basically what these birds do in this movie, and it's a magical kind of dumb. I mean, it's just, God, this movie, guys, I really wanted it to be good, but it wasn't. I think the only few things that save this movie from being a complete and utter failure are, number one, the actors once again doing all they can with this material. And like I said at the beginning, the filmmakers are at least aware that Tom and Jerry don't talk. They at least get that much. And it somewhat feels like it has a coherent beginning, middle, and end, but this one is bad, people. Try to avoid this one at all costs. I'm giving Tom and Jerry a D. Yeah, this one was unfortunately a huge misfire on the part of Warner Brothers. If I could give one last piece of advice, the Tom and Jerry feature film formula has been tried to death, and none of them have been any good. We're done with this idea. Just try something new, please. This is just one guy's opinion, though. What did you guys think of Tom and Jerry? Do you agree with me? Do you not? What is your favorite episode of the classic Tom and Jerry cartoon? Let's discuss all of these thoughts and then some all down there in the comments. Because I love it. I love what I do here. I love discussing cinema and all things entertainment with you beautiful viewers out there. And just in case you're new or if you haven't already, if these topics sound appealing to you, please definitely consider hitting that big red subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can, because you guys will be the first ones to know anytime a new upload hits the channel, and it's also free. And if you guys liked this video also, please be sure to leave a thumbs up on your way out. That would be extremely helpful as well. And as always, look out for more exciting content hitting this channel very, very soon. Thank you all so much once again for your continued support of the channel up to this point, and thank you also for watching the video. This was a really cathartic one to make. You guys are the best. And with all that being said, back talk, commence!